Hello and welcome everybody to Becca is Stitching. I'm Becca and this is Flosstube number 16, and Flosstube is where we talk about mainly cross stitching and really any other hobbies that we have gotten into. And it is Friday, July 25th, so we're getting close to the end of the month here, and July has been such a stitchy month for me. So in the last 2 weeks, I've gone to my local needlework store because we were up in Alexandria to go indoor rock climbing. Something my husband and I do. We kind of put it on the back burner when we were doing like a ton of hiking earlier this year, but the In Stitches is like a 5-minute detour when we're like on the way home. So that was very exciting. Picked up some goodies from there. And of course it was Midsummer Stitch. So such a good stitchy weekend last weekend, and it was so good to talk to people and chat, and it's just, it's the best time, right? It's a retreat that when I get tired at around 4 or 5, I can just be like, done with stitchy rooms for now, It's one thing I've noticed is that I get a little burnt out towards the evening time because I like to wake up early, so I'll usually wake up and like I'll be in the stitching rooms and stuff in the morning, and then like slowly throughout the day I'm just like, I just want to stitch in some silence or listening to other people chat in the background during those Flosstube lives or the designer chats or something. So, if you do want to chat with me at a future event, I'll probably be on in the morning. But, it was really good. I got a chance to talk and chat to a lot of people. So, such a good time. And the next one is in September. So that'll be really exciting. I'm going. So let's see. So I think that was it as far as intros go. And there's my cats, of course. I don't share haul, obviously, just because I don't really enjoy watching haul. But I mean, all of the haul that I've gotten and like all the haul that I'm getting will appear in my upcoming plans. And so we'll just jump right in with that with my new start. So I started this at Midsummer Stitch, and I worked on it for about half the day on Saturday, because in the morning I was working on the Extraordinary Bird Sow. But this is what I got done with that half a day's work. And really when I do a new start, unless it's like a whip go goal where my goal is to 3 days or whatever, I'll just get in enough stitches in like one stitchy session or a couple so that I can at least recognize what it is when I pick it up. So I got in quite a bit of work there, and this is called Anna's Bird by Carriage House Samplings, and this is on 46 count Saltbush by Fox and Rabbit, and it's all just the DMC. He's gonna be so small. Look at that guy. So yeah, I mean, he's stitching up pretty quickly in the sense that like, it's very simple, like black colory type thing. And the design is pretty small and simple also. So, he's gonna be relegated now to just temperature stitching probably for a little while, but slowly but surely on him, he'll probably get finished sooner than you would think. But he's so cute. And this was the one that my husband picked out for me to kit up while we were at Acorns and Threads. So having something kind of quick to finish from that will be really nice to mark that trip. Oh, that's the other thing. Thank you if you watched my vlog from the Pacific Northwest. It was really fun. We had the best time, and it's been really fun to watch all your comments related to the Pacific Northwest. But yeah, this was the one I plan to start again with all of the other haul. I did show haul in that video, but yeah, that was my new start. Okay, so into the whips. The first thing that I work on is the Whip into Shape Challenge. So this is Andrew the Runner Stitcher. He's planning for his marathon at the end of August in Sydney, and the original thing is to stitch 10 stitches for every mile that he runs. I took Jessie Marie Does Stuff's idea and I did the multiplier 26.2 instead of 10, just to get more stitches in at a time. And I'm actually ahead of things right now. So this is Farewell Sloth Lorian, and this is a max color regular size, charted by Haid. Art is by Alexander V. Bach. And the past 2 weeks, I've gotten 1,757 stitches. So that's like 2 full columns almost. So, I mean, this tree is really starting to take shape here. I know it's like, there's so much going on here. And you can see in my mid-year whip parade, like what the whole thing looks like. But I keep it in here until I finish this block. And then you'll see it again in all of its glory. But it's at 165,756 stitches out of 408,375 stitches. So 40.59%, which is awesome. So I'm actually a little bit ahead right now. So Andrew is dealing with an injury, unfortunately, and he has had to rest up, which is good. Stay safe. Don't injure yourself. I hope you get feeling better soon and get back to it. But it does put me a little bit of ahead. So I haven't worked on it too much this week because I had stitched ahead, so I didn't have to stitch on it during Midsummer Stitch. So we're all good there. But yeah, so originally the plan for the marathon stitching is this was going to get me to almost fully the end of this block. And I do intend on finishing this block, even if marathon stitching at this point doesn't get me there. So here's the question, and I asked this question last time and only one person voted. Please vote below and I'll make it really easy. If you think I should keep working on this as my focus for the rest of the year, put a blue heart in your comment. My other really large full coverage is this one right here, and if you think I should switch focus on this one, this is currently at about 3%, and I would like to see it at 10%. By the end of the year would be great. If I should switch my focus onto this one and put this one down for the rest of the year, put a red heart for this one. So red heart, blue heart. What should I do? Otherwise, I mean, Succubus probably won't get too much progress if I keep this as my main focus. But I mean, I actually did hit at the beginning of the year, I had lofty full coverage goals, but I hit my my main goal for this at 40%. So this main goal is done. The stretch goal was 50%, which I knew was kind of egregious when I tried to set that for myself earlier in the year. And at the end of this block would be a good point to put it down. So let me know what you think. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, so next up. Okay, so whip go. So my 2 whip go calls for this month were an ornament, which I finished last video and showed, and the other one was choose something with less than 5 colors. So for that one, I chose to work on Moon Deer. And so I got in on Moon Deer. This is by Owl Forest Embroidery. So I got in 1,637 stitches, which is exciting. And I think that's like the most dedicated time this one has gotten since I started it earlier this year. And I'm using all the Owl Forest thread. This is, I didn't say what this was. This is 1/1 full cross on 28 count lamb's wool jobelin. And this is a 46 count cream and sugar by Fiber on a Whim. So it's like a very slightly yellowy, creamy neutral. And let's see, so this is now at 4,025 stitches out of 28,147 stitches for about 14%, which is excited. So for my whip go goals, I said 3 days, but for me that's so misleading because there are some weeknights where I might get like 100 stitches on something and the weekend I could do like 1,500 in a day. So I've kind of switched my focus on this. It's 3 days or 1,500 stitches, whichever one comes first. And that's just kind of how I'm going to go for that for the rest of the year. But it's so good. I got that full purple flower in, which was so exciting. It's looking so good. And I know a lot of people have been talking lately about trying to like manage their thread with like the variegation. I'm just putting it in. And if it ends up stripy, I'm okay with that. I'm not. I don't want to put the mental effort into making it not look stripy or like however it's going to appear as I stitch with it. So you can see the flower's a little bit stripy and I'm perfectly good with how that looks. But yeah, it's good. I'm getting close to the other side of this piece. So there's just, it's repeated on the other side. So there's another one of those, I don't know, border chandelier looking things over here, and then we'll have reached the other side. And that'll be my goal, you know, whenever I pick this up next, is just keep trucking over and getting to the other side. Yeah. So, okay. Daily stitching. So daily stitching, I do like strand a day or 30 minutes a day. So like a daily 30. And this month I've been working on Butterfly Bouquet by Sprouting Lupine. Oh, it's looking so good. So I started this month at like 23%. And over the last 2 weeks, I got in 1,611 stitches. So I'm at 6,115,000 stitches out of 13,559 for 45%, which is awesome. And I have 4 more days to work on this because I work on this every weekday. I don't work on it on the weekends. Also, those numbers are ish because obviously I put in my initials here. So the number's slightly off, but the only thing I left off is the number at the end because I am not confident I will finish it this year, and I don't really plan to. So I left that off, but since the last time I finished this whole motif area, of course, except that, and the back stitching. And then I moved over here and I finished this flower motif, and I started on this motif right here. So for the next 4 days, I'm gonna finish this motif, and then I might get in like this center motif because I have a good chance of finishing that. Whereas like this, I'm like scrunching this up so hard. Whereas like the motif that's gonna be here is pretty big, and I really would like to finish it not mid-motif, but I mean, we'll see how it goes, and if I do, it's fine. But it's looking so cool and so pink. I feel like I can never get on camera like how truly pink this is, and that's okay. Just take my word for it. It's very pink fabric. It's coming. We're almost at that 50% point. So doing daily stitching for the month has gotten that from, you know, increased about 25%, which is pretty cool. And I'm not planning to do a daily stitch in August. I've got so many other plans that we'll talk about. So I also have been really focusing this past month on my stocking. So if you're new, I'm doing a stocking for every one of my immediate family members. So I did one for my older sister, and I'm working on her husband's right now. And then I have my little sister, her husband, and then both my parents to go after that. So I have gotten so much done on him. So since last time, I have fully finished the coat, added this red undercoat area here, and got in the last bit of this garland, got in his legs and feet, and got in a ton of this like background half stitch here, which is so crazy. So all I have left to do on this side is there's a cardinal right here, and then it's just the toe. So it's just the sled, those other birds, and there's a like a bush over here. And then he'll be ready for back stitching, which is very, very exciting. So he's staying out as a focus for August because I think it would be wonderful if I could finish all of the X's this month, and then in September do all of the back stitching, and then I'll have October, November, and December to fully finish both of their stockings. Now my older sister is pregnant, so I am planning to cross stitch the baby a stocking at some point, but I don't want to keep putting off like my younger sister and her husband's stocking. So what I am going to do for this Christmas is I'm going to knit their baby a stocking. It's like a stopgap measure. Like it's something homemade, I promise, but it's a little bit less time consuming than these very large dimensions kit stockings. Oh my gosh, so good. Without the back stitch, it's just everything. So yeah, so that's the plan for this. And again, the sooner I get this done, the more time I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this process. I'm not trying to speed through it because I don't like it and I don't want to be doing this, but I'm nervous about making the stockings because I've never done that before. So I would like to give myself as much time to fully finish the stockings that I can. Because obviously I want them to look good. So that's him. And we'll see where we get. He's staying out for a while until he's done, essentially. Okay. Yes, next up is the Sals. So of course we have our stitch along. I'm doing 2 stitch alongs right now. The first one is the Extraordinary Bird Stitch Along by Lola Crow. And I'm fully up to date. So since last time we've added in, I think this guy, the hornbill, or rhinoceros hornbill. And then also this glorious peacock. So this is what I was working on Saturday morning of Midsummer Stitch to get that done. And look at the tail. I think the back of it is like its own masterpiece. It's just like a carpet with all that back stitch. It's so funny. But oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So yeah. So this is good. We're in an off week this week, so there's no pattern today, and next time you'll only see 1 additional release. But it's looking so good. And there's only 5 more parts, which means, and the best part I've realized about the Lola Crow is like, it takes place kind of like over the summer. So when you first start, you're like, oh yeah, I'm excited, it's gonna be warm. And then slowly at the end, you're like, okay, Lola Crow's almost done. That means summer is almost over. Which for me is very, very exciting. We're getting there. 5 more. Oh, and that was on 36 count Heather by Fiber on a Whim. And I added 1,175 stitches since last time, and it's at a total of 14,011 stitches. So, yeah, that's all I had to say. So the next one is Burrow Tales, and this is a piece by Quaternion Creations. And this stitch along also has 5 more releases left, but it ends in mid-October. So the releases are slightly bigger, but they're way more spaced out. So they're every 2 weeks. So, I'll have one. I just finished this week's release, and before next video, hopefully I'll have finished the next release. But we've had 6 releases so far. And this is, what is it, a London Fog? Yeah, so this is a 40 count London Fog by Live and Die LA. And since last time I've finished this release, so the mouse release, and I did this new, the new release from this Wednesday. And that was a total of 1,783 stitches for a total of 7,751. Yeah, so it's actually great because, so she does every 2 weeks, and she still does have like rest weeks. So there's like basically a full month off before the next set of releases. So the off month for this coincides with the finishing of Extraordinary Birds Stitch Along. So I'm not trying to finish their work on 2 of these when that finish comes along. Because if her last stitch along is anything like this one, she ends with like a big honkin' stitch count and piece, like the crocodile last year. So that is good. Yeah, so I'm assuming since there's 5 more releases, it'll be like another 1, 2, 3, 4, and then probably like along the bottom would be the last piece, but that's purely conjecture at this point. Oh, and I'm stitching it 1/2 with random green and red overdyed in my stash. I lost their tags. I lost their tags somewhere along the way. Or the one I think was a Forbidden Fiber Co. like freebie when I ordered from Top Knot, Abby Top Knot. So it didn't have a name. It was just like a don't know, random colorway extra or something. It's a mystery. Okay, so I worked on 2 other things. So for my temperature stitching, I work on every Sunday. I look at the upcoming temperatures, and whatever the highest temperature is, I have numbers corresponding to that last digit. So I first worked on Wisteria. So this is my Marejka kit, and I swapped out the fabric. So this is a 36 count fabric of the month from Live and Dye LA. She doesn't name them, so I don't remember which month it was, but it's past, so you can't get it, I would assume. And the coolest thing happened. So after my whip parade, someone commented that Marejka has their own app, and like their own digital app. So it's called like Fantastitch or something. And basically all I had to do was like prove that I own the kit through the app. Like I didn't have to like email them separately. I didn't have to do anything. So through the app, you could like upload pictures to say like, yes, I own this kit. And then they automatically download the chart to the app. I think their newer kits have like a QR code. So it's like much easier to do that, because it wasn't hard to do it, and they got back to me within like 20 minutes of me submitting that I had this. So I was able to mark off everything that I had. And so this app is what I'm assuming Saga is like, because I haven't tried Saga yet. But like you can track like French knots and backstitch and all of those things right within the app. So this got an additional 318 stitches. I'm just working on this wisteria flower here, and so I'm at a total of 2,911 out of 25,337 stitches, for about 11%. And I'm including the back stitch in that number because the app lets me, so I'm gonna but yeah, that's gonna make working on this piece just incredibly easy, and I'm so grateful to the person who let me know that. And I love it so much. I can't wait to keep working on this now. And again, this fabric is bluer than it's showing, but that's okay. It's very like summer, spring, clear sky. The other temperature stitch, oh my gosh, was Within a Dream by the Artsy Housewife. So this is a 46 count Wild Mint by Atomic Ranch, and I'm doing 1/2 called for-ish, substitutions and whatnot. If you want the list, I can get it to you. Combination of DMC and called for and others. So I got in an additional 371 stitches on this one. Oh, temperature stitching, I only work on it for an hour plus. Like if I'm in the middle of a strand, I'm not gonna stop. So this is at a total of 6,330 stitches out of 13,313 stitches. So I'm at about 32%. And I really just came down and got this one color done or filled in on the raven. So this is about the bottom of like the raven's tail, which is exciting. I just love this piece. So spooky. Those borders, oh my gosh. It's so intense, but so visually striking. Okay, so that's everything that I worked on. So plans, so many plans. We're getting new whip go calls today. I was hoping they'd be up by now, but they're not. If they're up by the time I'm editing this, I'll pop them up here and I'll let you know what I decided I'm gonna be working on in August. But I have finished all of my goals for July. So, I'm still gonna be doing the daily stitching for the last 4 days of my work week next week in July. Be doing the whip into shape, assuming Andrew's feeling better and starts running again. I really hope you do. And that's it for really what I plan to do for the rest of July. I'm still gonna be doing temperature stitching next month, so I will be doing that. But I have so many new starts that I need to do next month. So I have 2 weddings coming up. I'm not gonna be able to make the one, but I still want to make them a wedding sampler. So I would like to start and finish one wedding sampler next month. I would like to hopefully start the other wedding sampler next month, but I do need to buy, I have a very specific vision, so I need to buy stuff for that one. So that might not get started, but I will be kitting it up. The Witchy Stitchers book comes out next month, so I will absolutely be starting something from that the second I get it. It's on pre-order from Barnes & Noble, so it'll show up at my house, and I'm excited. And the Divine Beasts Stitch Along also comes out on August 1st. So she's releasing, it's 3 parts plus the border. So the border's out now, and it's only available right now to her like Ko-Fi subscribers. So if you want to get in on the stitch along, join now so you have access to the frame, because she's taking them down. Like, she's taking the pieces down after each month. So if you want to do the stitch along, get in Ko-Fi right now so you have access to each part of the stitch along. It's Greek mythology based. I'm so excited, and I have everything ready to go to start that one. I'm not doing the border until I see how it looks at the end, and then I might add it in. We'll see. But again, it's only the 3 parts. I think each part is like 3,000-ish stitches, but it's like for the full month. So we'll get one in August 1st, September 1st, and then October 1st. I forgot what came after September for a second. So that was fun. I also have so many other plans for next month. So I'll just show you. I've been working up like my plans for the month because, you know, we got to start thinking of Christmas presents, right? So this is everything I want to do next month, and it's a lot. So this weekend, actually, I'm forcing myself to not stitch at all, because the second I tell myself not to stitch, I want to stitch, and I'm not hitting a stitchy slump or anything, but I've stitched so much in July that I'm afraid it could get to that point. So to not get there, I'm forcing myself to take some time off. Don't want to injure myself or anything if I keep stitching at this pace. And so this weekend, I'm mainly going to be kind of figuring out my plans for the rest of the year, as far as, this is my new start list. So I plan on starting a couple things, hopefully every month till the end of the year. Because there's a lot of like gift things I want to start and finish, or just finish by the end of the year. So I want to keep my whip count close to or higher than it currently is. So if you like anything on this list, let me know. Because September, I might just have some random new starts. And then October, I want to do something where I'm only stitching spooky stuff all month. And I don't know exactly what that's going to look like yet. So a lot of the stuff I'm doing this weekend is going to be prepping, figuring out what I need to order, when I need to order it, start doing some research into how to finish those stockings. So buy some fabric for that. Knitting, I need to finish my purple sweater, which I don't have that to show today because I'm like almost finished the one sleeve and it's attached to so many balls of yarn that it's chaos. And I was like, I'm not trying to show that right now, but I have worked on it. So I've finished the neckline and I got one sleeve almost done. So I will show it next time, but I want to finish that in August because I really need to purchase the yarn to start and finish the Christmas sweaters I want for me and my husband at the end of the year. So there's just a lot of plans that I have. So this weekend is mainly going to be doing the hobbies that I always put off because I want to stitch, like reading and gaming and maybe a little bit of quilting and bag making and sewing. So we'll see. We'll see what is happening over the next weekend. Chill out a little bit. I do have my stitchy day on Sunday. So if you're in the Virginia area, you know, we meet in Culpeper, Virginia. One Sunday a month, so stop on by or let me know if you need details. So I will be stitching a little bit this weekend, but hopefully not much. Reading, a little bit of reading update because I have read a few books, and again, I only talk about the books that I have something to say about. So one of the books I read was The God of the Woods, and it was really good. It was like, how do I want to say this? It was like a mystery. It was dual mystery. Many POVs, dual timeline. Premise is this girl goes missing from this cabin, and she is the daughter of basically the owners of the camp, like the summer camp. So that's the first part of it. And she also had an older brother who vanished when he was young, also from the woods near this camp and their home. So it was good. It was really interesting. I liked it a lot. I mean, I don't plan on keeping it because I would never reread it, but I really enjoyed the whole premise, the whole plot. The journey was really good. It's slow moving, but you get a lot of like in-depth character work on a lot of the POVs. The other thing I read was the second Dungeon Crawler Carl book, Doomsday Scenario. Still loved it. Still good. If you haven't read Dungeon Crawler Carl and you like D&D, Hunger Games, Ready Player One in a book with slightly dumb humor, you're gonna love it. You're just gonna love it. It's so entertaining. It's so fun. And that's really it. Just been stitching away. And oh my gosh, this might be my shortest video in a while, which is good. That's what I was hoping for. So before I start to yap anymore, please remember to vote Farewell to Lothlorien or Succubus. Once I'm done with August and I'm done with that section in Farewell to Lothlorien, should I switch over to this with Red Heart, or should I keep going and just keep making up progress on Farewell to Lothlorien, because that is my farthest along full coverage? Peace. Let me know. And with that, we're gonna end it here and not keep you here for hour and a half like I have been. So do something for yourself today if you can, and happy stitching, and that's it. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.